Hello everyone. It's it's been a few months again. I know I keep appearing and disappearing, but I've had a good reason for that. I've wanted to wait for actual gameplay to be released on YouTube or live gameplay elsewhere before making any judgments on the game. Like, I've seen a few people around predicting things like wormholes, alien bosses, pretty much everything but fairies. But I'm sure they'll get to that eventually. I'm not gonna name names. Maybe I will. So now that there's some real information out there, let's get stuck into it. Starting with one I was very surprised about, but I think it's a very good idea. Now, I don't have any footage of it yet, or any instructions on how to get to it, but I'm sure if you look on YouTube, you'll find it somewhere. But Nacht der Untoten, sorry, I still can't pronounce it, is inside the transit map itself. Like, if you look at the whole map, you have the farm, the city, the bus stop, things like that. Nacht is somewhere inside it. I think it's outside of the section near the fog. But that just shows how small the map is compared to maps like Transit and Moon. And you can go to it and use it like any other part of the map. It's a fort. You can hold it out like a fort. Anything else? And yeah, I did actually see this before there was a video of it on YouTube. Just putting that out there, cause I can. But this is really interesting because it finally gives purpose to this map instead of just being that demo first map. It also tells us, like, I can put my hand up and say I thought this map was in Japan despite its name being German because of the similarity to a World at War map, campaign map, which was set in Japan. The obvious answer was to say that it was in Germany because obviously the name's German, and we know the transit is set in the Northern Hemisphere, as it says that when it's loading, but it's fairly safe to assume, and again I'm only assuming, that it's based in America because of the accents of the characters, which would assume that they're in America. So there you go. Nacht is in America, if you put one and two together. So that's fairly interesting. It'll also be pretty cool to hang out in that map again. You can't access the upstairs area or the help room, it's just the main lower room. And there's a door where one of the windows used to be. One of our favourites, the originals, is returning. Richtofen, who has replaced Samantha as the voiceover and the control of the zombie army. This is evident as, you know, the zombies' eye color have changed. Now they're all like a cyan blue color. Well, obviously you can hear them whenever you get a power up and stuff like that. This happens on Moon, actually, after you complete the Richtofen's grand scheme. If you don't know that already, get it out from under that rock and go watch stuff. He also mentions when you get your first power up, probably round 1, round 2, round 3. You hear him coughing and spluttering, saying something like, "Excuse me, still getting used to the ether." And ether is basically the mythological gap between the universe and the heavens. And as you can see, the writing on the walls in places like Doris and Nacht, saying things like, "You must ascend from darkness," ascending obviously to ether, and then return through ether, which is in the race. I reckon that last one may have been, I don't know, I mean, we don't know how to explain the writing on the wall yet. There don't seem to be any in transit so far, but it might be Richtofen leaving a message for himself that he can return Samantha through ether and take control. And it's obvious that Richtofen's inherited the exact same powers as Sam. So, who knows? Maybe he still has a couple of roles left to play. Alright, now with the buildables, the things you can build with the stuff you find around the map. We all know about the zombie shield and the wonder weapon. I've actually found quite a few with, well, watching videos on YouTube, of course, my friends, things like that. One of my friends gained access to the game a bit early. I'm not going to tell you where they are because that would ruin the fun, where the parts are. But there's a turbine that you can build. This is pretty much as portable power because it takes a while to get to the power room, which I'll come back to the power room actually. And so yeah, because there are doors around the map that you need power to open, and this turbine can open them for you. It also activates perk machines and things like that, which is really cool. So it's portable power. But a lot of these buildables, if you use them too often, then they fall apart, and you have to go around the map and collect them again. I'm not sure if this happens with the zombie shield, because it seems to be working pretty well. I mean, it's pretty much just a riot shield that repels zombies. There's actually a machine gun turret as well, which my friend got all excited. He found a machine gun somewhere and thought, great, free machine gun, I'll take it and use it. But you can't use it. It's another one of the items. There are a few other things you can find, put together, and you get your own machine gun turret. Of course, it stops working when a zombie hits it. It's pretty much like a sentry gun. There's electric traps, the wonder weapon, some kind of like you can pimp out your bus basically. You can put grills on it to push zombies out of the way, ladders to get on the roof, things like that. There are probably other things as well that we haven't found yet, but that's not bad for now, since the game hasn't even come out yet. Yeah, enjoy. Okay, now I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the map and that before I get back to the rest of the stuff I found. This a common mistake that's been making, and a mistake that I've just figured out that I've been making even throughout this video, and I can't be bothered going back and changing it, is the map is not called Transit. Transit is one of the game modes. It's the only game mode, I'm pretty sure, where you can use the entire map. The map's official name is Green Run, and contains areas which are the 5 areas, which are the bus station, diner, power plant, farm, and town. I'd probably find I'll definitely be doing a lot of looking when I first get it around the power plant, because that sounds the most interesting. Sounds like a place where something could happen. There's it's the map itself is absolutely massive. It's bigger than I'm gonna go out there and say it's bigger than 3, maybe 4 moons stuck together. Probably about 100 nachts. With 5 main areas and a lot of fog pathways and crops and cornfields and things like that in between. And those what are those called? Those zombies, which are like they jump up behind you and start scratching at you. That's just looks like it's going to be really annoying. The characters, there seems to be sort of similar to the original 4. There seems to be a nerd, which you could probably refer to as Richtofen. There seems to be a skeptic, or like a UFO skeptic kind of guy. There's the hillbilly chick, and sounds like an old black man, who I think probably in there more for humorous senses. But it doesn't even have a very never mind that. The bus is pretty important. Let's get to that. It's driven by a robot that looks like a zombie. The robot gets angry if you attack it, which I've seen in one of the videos. It can be upgraded, stuff like that. And with the stuff I've already been talking about, I want to know. This is one thing I want to check. Is there a way to destroy the bus? Maybe just go ballistic at it with ray gun, stuff like that. Guess we'll find out with that. But another thing I've noticed is the Pack-a-Punch machine has returned, but there seems to be a way to Pack-a-Punch twice. Like, at least on Nuketown, the map, I saw some gameplay of, and a guy Pack-a-Punched his gun twice, and instead of being purple, the bullets go from normal to purple spray. Now they're red when you upgrade the second time. So yeah, it's strange. I'm not sure if this is only in the grief mode, the 4Z4 thing, but one of the new power-ups is just like a piece of meat that you get that you can throw, and that's used like a monkey bomb to attract zombies, things like that. Yeah, the gun's nothing really special besides the buildables and the ray gun. I'm not sure about which guns are good, which guns are bad. I wouldn't have a clue. You're gonna have to go to someone else for that. Galva knuckles. Just reading about this stuff. Just heard about this a few minutes ago when I was researching. Apparently, it costs 6,000 points, and they're like electrically charged gauntlets, and you can punch zombies. And it's more powerful. Well, obviously, it's more powerful than a Bowie knife. Bowie knife being $6,000. Well, perks wise, Juggernog, Speed Collar, Quick Revive, Double Tap, Stamina have been confirmed. Mule Kick and PhD, not sure yet. Haven't seen them myself. But there is a new perk. The name is Tombstone. It basically allows you to keep your guns and your perks, except for Tombstone, of course, when you die, which is really handy. Or when you go down, maybe not when you die, but when you come back up, you'll have your guns again. That'd be worth whatever the price is. I don't think there are any new power-ups. There's this thing called the another buildable that I missed out on, called the nav card usage machine. Problem with this is it says something like whoever wishes to add I don't know. There's nothing really known to it. Obviously, like most maps, there'll probably be a big Easter egg to this that'll probably have some usage to it, and I reckon, in fact, I'd probably put money on it saying it has something to do with the power plant. Which, little segue there, back to the power room. You have to assemble the power box yourself. It's one of the buildables as well. You need to take the power box itself, connect it to something, the switch, and of course the zombie arm to go on the switch. Pack-a-Punch returned. Apparently it says here that after the first time you Pack-a-Punch, afterwards the price drops. I'm not sure if that's been confirmed yet, but I've heard things like that. Now the one thing I am pretty pissed off about, and I know someone else, maybe a couple of you guys might be pissed off about this too, is the musical Easter egg is some dubstep crap. I'm not sure what it is, but that's pretty disappointing in my opinion. If you think differently, that's fine with me. I'm just saying that it's pretty annoying. So that's a lot of the information I have on the map. That's pretty much everything. Learned a few things there that I didn't know before I researched this video as well. Now onto a few theories. If you're getting bored, just go make a coffee or something and come back. This is where we get out of the factual stuff, or the somewhat factual stuff. Okay, now this is probably where I'm going to leave it today. Dempsey, Takio, Nikolai, and Sam probably trapped in Richtofon's body, which can't be too pleasant. Are they still on the moon? Will we see them again? Will they have any other part? My gut feeling says we will. At least Dempsey, Takio, and Nikolai. We will. My best bet says that we will see them in a map sooner or later. Probably not. Well, obviously not in Green Run or Nuketown. But I guess they will have some part to play in it. I mean, well, Takio's line at the end of the Richtofon's grand scheme is something like he'll get back at Group 935 at all costs. And speaking of Group 935, the giant project, things like that, I wonder if they're still running things in the background, if they're still around, or if they got wiped out like the rest of us in humanity when the nukes hit. No, still, I mean, Richtofon's mentioned several times about working for the Illuminati or having something to do with the Illuminati. Still no mention of them in the game. And one last thing I'll mention for those who still like the Henry Langham stuff. Yeah, still waiting on that. Nothing to do with the game. I only proved that 2 years ago. Yeah, so it's good to be back. I'm getting the game tomorrow. officially getting the game tomorrow. Playing it for the first time myself. I've purposely watched people playing it but never played it myself. Hopefully I can get the no-clip working so I can, after I have a few normal playthroughs, I'll go look around, stuff like that. And yeah, that's all for now. Thank you and goodbye.